Hi guys, I hope you hear me well because I'm using different software to screen capture, and so we had this splendid weekend this time here in Russia because we had this holiday and I have a day off today, although it's Monday and I should be working, but yet I have some time to share my opinion on recent activities. And one of his activities that I wanted to tell you is it was a debate about the map of flat Earth. Well, I have not watched it all, but I have watched it like 40 minutes or something like that, and I couldn't have more time to do it, so maybe I should return and watch it again. But I think all of you guys, if you are into this question, what is really the map, you should go there, listen to them, because those are experts, as they say. One of them is Flat Earth Conspiracy Channel, which is Lori Freire. I don't know two other guys, but one of them is Jaron Campanella and Wise and Newsbeat. I don't know who are them. So if we go to journalism, he didn't put it on the main channel, I think. He put it on his second channel, Journalism Raw, like some and he is like showing this picture. Let's talk about the map. And so they talked about the map, of course, and maybe they've been shown this picture here. This is what Lori says about Scott Amundsen travel, so it doesn't fit into this Gleason map or New Standard Map of the World. And they, they did a bunch of videos about how this map does not fit into the flat Earth concept of some tests that they made and some measurements or whatever. So they did a bunch of videos about that. So Jaron's still on this map, and although he might seem to say sometimes that this map might also be not correct for his opinion, but I don't think it's really the conversation to talk about what kind of projection is better, this or that one. Is it a flat? Is it flat? Yes, it is flat. Is it? Can we escape it? No, we cannot escape it. Nobody went outside from what we have today. Officially, not went outside. So space is probably just the stratosphere filming something, and maybe they even have it in the pools and stuff like that. So who knows what are they doing to produce all these videos, fake green screen, chroma key filming. So whatever, they did it and they doing it, and they gonna be doing it forever until the question will not be stopped by those who are really in power. In early 21st century, Putin sunk the Mir space station because it was no use. They stopped the Buran. This is space shuttle program also. I think it was stopped in USA too. So people understand that this is probably no use. It's cheaper to film it, not to make all these enormous efforts to create something specific. So they left it to the Elon Musk, and Elon Musk is right now trying to make this science fiction Mars and all this stuff. So you might as well watch this guy, because he is not only Tesla inventor, he is also a great scum who treats people like cattle and tells us all these BS stories and all this video production that comes out of him. Shows us those landings on the platforms of rockets, and which is completely CGI faked and even not proven by any alternative picturing, filming and stuff like this. So whatever. So Lori Freire was pretty persistent on her proving, and I haven't watched it since this, and so probably I should do it, but it was kind of boring because all this context that they put up in front of this conversation, they brought it just very dull. Everybody was like, not very satisfied by what they're saying, but people still have great comments here, and you might as well check them. Lori's arguments remind me of Red's rhetoric. Who's Red? I don't know. 22 likes. Diamond Earth is being objective to completely divert heliocentries from researching the truth. So, like people saying, like, Lori's diamond map is worse than this Gleason's map because this one at least proves something, and that one is just complete deception for people who are globe believers, who believe in heliocentrism and stuff like this. Well, I'm not quite sure about it, but so you might as well go and check the videos. Here it has like 1.9 thousand views, and here it has 800 or 8,000 and a half. So probably about 10 to 15,000 people really watched this video already, and you should hurry to watch it. I'd better prefer watching it on speeding up because it's very long, so 1.25 or 1.5 would be just fine for me, because it's 4.5 hours. It's just impossible to sit and watch it. Okay, what else about this channel? It was pretty decent when I first met Lori, and we had conversations. I don't know if she deleted it. So she had some nice videos here about giants and all those, and maybe 2 videos with me as a guest. So I'm not quite sure why she doesn't invite me anymore. Maybe I was pissing some of her subscribers off very much, so probably, and that's why. But she's a good conversation person. She has a lot of knowledge, although we don't aim at one thing. I have my own opinion, she has her opinion, and she doesn't listen to me. I sometimes doesn't listen to what she says, but at least I respect that they doing what they're doing about the map. It's a very narrow area, but of course she should continue, because everybody wants to know what is really going on with these maps and stuff like that. Although I'm quite agree with the Google Maps and the way they look. When I talk about reflection, you should just imagine reflection and understand that my map is just a reflection of all those maps around us, and that's why you can transfer yourself anywhere, anytime, because it's 4D reflection. We are living in a 4D reflection, just like any 2D, two-dimensional person cannot understand how to do this or that on 3 dimensions. Why should we understand and comprehend how we doing in 4D dimension? That's the way it goes. That's why sometimes you see something in the sky and it just disappearing. It's just an object, they call it UFOs and stuff like that, but it's just the 4D objects. And if somebody is not aware what is 4D, you can like see how many animals behave themselves. And this is really weird because they don't use gravity. They just crawling on the ceilings and stuff like that. So they know this is a 4D because, and gravity and something like density, as they call it, doesn't affect those animals because they see in the 4D reflection, just like cats do, just like many animals do. That's why they can see it. We don't see it. And that's the reason why we have many people like shamans and stuff like that, because they are connected to the 4D. Their brains understand how things work in 4D. That's why they can do many more things than just ordinary people can. And they had this nice example in a movie called let's see how it was called, Valerian, something like this, when they supposed to put some hat on, and or maybe some mask, I don't remember, or glasses, just to see what is like in the other dimension. And he was just walking around like in this huge area, and it was empty. But when he was with his mask on, he could see everything in that dimension, and he could perform. And this was really interesting because they reveal those secrets to us. We watch them and don't comprehend how it working in our world. It's working just the same. If you have this excess mask or excess brain or excess whatever, you can see it with your own eyes. And you don't have to, do something with you. But you can also take something. I think you should, understand that all those trips and dreams people have when they step out of this 3D is just the same. This is the 4D. So Navi is a 4D world, and you can step out. And Yavi, which we're living, is just between the light and the dark Navi. That's the only area that we can materialize, and the creatures from both worlds, above and beyond, can be materializing here while being born through the women, which is really the Baba, or the gate to this world. And that's what I was really talking about, and people want me to specify this. So whatever the map is, it can be changed, because all this area is complete action. So this is not the end point. This is not the finish. It's an action. It's always action and reaction. And we are just in the intersection of those vectors of movement. Okay? Intersection of vectors of movement of light Navi energies, and intersection of the dark Navi movement, or vector, or interest, or energy. That's why they want to capture us, just to gain the control and not let those light Navi people here. And that's why it's all broken right now, and they cannot resurrect here because the connection is broken. Once the parasites take over the cell, the connection gets cut, and there's no way out for light people, light Navi people. We can do it only in the dreams, and while we're in the bodies, we cannot escape. And last couple of centuries, we had some type of teleportation devices, and those devices could lead us to other cells, which have the ability to be transported in the 4D directly. But now we don't have them because everything was broken. Those dark Navi creatures, once they took over, they understand that they can't do anything to create the gate to the light Navi, and all these devices are broken. They don't have the technology, and they just, had to stay their agents or planners here to control us. At least we are right now in the capturing of in the capturing process of the whole universe, because the universe is like a whole bunch of cells on our layer in the Yavi. We are in the center. We are the one that's rotating the 4D reflection above us. So if you picture in so-called time lapse, you can see the stars moving in circles, and you can see that right in the North Pole we have some kind of axis of rotation. The same thing is in the southern part, when they picture the same, and that's the only real mistake that the people that the Gleason map people don't comprehend, because Gleason map doesn't work only on this fact, because it's rotating here and it's supposed to be rotating here. But why is it rotating on both sides? Because it's the projection of the reflection, and that's the only reason. Because you can see the reflection of the same rotation, but on the other side of it. And whatever stars look like, they've been made to look like this for us to be navigating on the inside the cell, for us to navigate in intercells. So we should have it as a navigation plan, as a time plan, because we don't have the 4D. We're right now in the 3D, and that's the way we materialize into what we are, the creators, the matter, the world. We are the one that builds and creates. We're the gods of this cell. And our parents, our ancestors, were more powerful than we are, because they were gods in their time, and they knew more than we know right now, and they had all those devices made by their ancestors and their ancestors, and so we live in here for thousands and thousands of years, millions of years, because this is at least one way to study. And that's why we have sometimes when parasites take over and they don't know what to do with this, everything is broken, they hang out with us for a couple of centuries, and they get their asses kicked, and they go undercover, blow the world, wait for us to get out of our caves and stuff like this, and enslave us again. That's what they're doing every time. 200-300 years and they done, because they just cannot control us. We always spreading like this, and they always have a plan to contain us. That's why they change the plan each and every century. When they get screwed up, they let these mistakes to come out and show themselves. They let those people to come out and show themselves, because they want to control the people. It's easier to lead when you need a control, because preventing is just impossible. They should have like 1 million guards here, and they have like only like a couple tens of thousands. So they cannot contain us, because we like a couple of billions. I'm not saying 7, I'm saying a couple, because they tell us that we have a 7 billions, but we don't have them. And as I've told you a couple of videos ago, probably we don't have them, or they lying to us that we have less people here and more there. Is probably true. We cannot count us because we don't have access, and they tell us they are stronger than we are, and we believe them. They tell us that whatever we want, you can get it if you work hard. But when you start to work hard, what do you get? You get only work. You don't get what they earn, because you're not even close to what they earn. They earn a bunch of money, and they do feeding us with those movies, how it's easy to make a fortune. No way, you can't do it. Maybe 1 out of a million can do, but nobody else. Since you get your big money, all those parasites see you and get control of your assets, and sometimes they push you out of the market, or sometimes they just give you a couple of money of cash, couple of millions, and you just sell your business or integrate in a bigger company, global business, get some papers which don't cost anything. When they want to shut you down, they just, spread information about you, like whatever you do, or you're making movies like Weinstein, or you are a British Queen, or you are President of Russia. They know about you, and they know what to tell people, what's gonna hurt you the most. So the elites are also being controlled by those planners. Not every member of elites even is close to what those who really make the decision. That's why we have different players, and the elites of national countries try to hand together in the nationals team with conservatives and people that are really rough sometimes and very hard, and those who are soft, they hang out with these globalists, lick their asses, and pray what they pray, eat what they eat, and just kiss their feet. And only 2 teams are untouchable, those the banksters and the religious mafia. These are untouchables. And the first 2 teams that I've been mentioned, nationals and globalists, they can be like imprisoned at any time. They're just the material for those who make decisions. So whatever world you live in, whatever map you're watching, you are still in a 4D reflection. So thanks a lot for watching. And by the way, who have seen Philipp Alexander, he hasn't been making videos for like 5 months. He had pretty decent channel with 35k subscribers, and his name is Philipp Spark, and he has Facebook account. If you subscribe and you aware of this guy, please ask him what is wrong, because he's like not even making uploads. What's up, Philip? So thanks a lot for watching. See you later. Bye.